As a concerned Ekiti indigen, I am making this video on the crisis in the State House of Assembly in the state. You see, one of the major problems of this country is the fact that those who call themselves Democrats, who call themselves progressives, they do not have the temperament, the patience, the tolerance to live by democratic ethos. Governor Fayemi, I'm not going to refer him to former for obvious reasons. Governor Fayemi has been silent since this crisis started and pretending, as he likes to do, that he doesn't know anything about what is going on. So when somebody wants to tell us, as enlightened, as educated, as Ekiti people are, the police just went on their own to the assembly on that day to seal up the assembly on one phantom reason that some people were planning to attack the assembly. This video is not to defend Garibi Shogun. Of course, it's a product of the system. And of course, when the going was good, I think probably it was part of the system until the shenanigans of the system are now being used against him. But it's about the future, the political future of Ekiti State. And the plans by one individual to replicate Lagos mantra, if there's no other way to use it, in Ekiti. To be the one that will decide who will be governor, who will be speaker of the assembly, and who will be the members of the state assembly, and of course, political appointees. So you cannot get anything unless you go to his house, pay homage, and you are in their good books, and probably that of the wife. Governor Fayem always wants to create the fact, an outlook of an intellectual, a Democrat. He won't say much, but I built foot soldiers who do these things on his behalf. You call the assembly members to your house with the former deputy governor and some party leader insisted that Adelugba must be the speaker. Let me tell you, there's nothing bad in that. Absolutely nothing wrong in having a preferred candidate for a position after the unfortunate death of the former speaker, Fumini Yavuye, who happens to come from my mother's hometown in Ekiti. Unfortunately, Fayemi did not and still does not have voting right in the assembly. And the assembly members decided that this person they want, Boy Garibi Shogun. If you truly you're a Democrat, you should learn to accept it, no matter how painful it is. I was giving your book, Out of the Shadows, The Struggle for Democracy in Nigeria, by former Governor Niyi Adebayo on October 1st, 2005. I said, Sam, this is the person I want you to support for the governor of Ekiti State. 18 years ago, or 17 years ago rather. In your late 20s, you're already a known pro-democracy fighter. How come at almost 60, I think you're 57, you couldn't live by those democratic ethos? Because the person the assembly picked as their speaker happened not to be your candidate. Therefore, it must not stand. Why? Because your ego was bruised. Who are they? Why? Because most of them, you gave them party tickets on a platter of gold in 2019 to come to the assembly. And as a result, they must be under political servitude to you. You must always do your bidding. And as a result, the wishes of 50 members of the assembly, over 10, save for the man that was dead, Afuye, remaining 25 members, their wishes must be subverted. Kangaroo impeachment was done, and you got your guys, your full soldiers to foist the woman on the assembly. Of course, you have kept an undignified, because it's not a dignified, an undignified silence since. Allowing your full soldiers to insult the likes of Baba Arife Babalola, our revered Wolola Nekwekun, our own cerebral femme Falana, Lela Adeshina, Adelaja, and my brother Boyega Oyewole, insulting them, they are partisan. And of course, they got their way to meet their aggrieved assembly members on, on Monday this week. After overtures were being made to them, threats, appeals, threats, do this, threatening some of them that, look, they will be rendered politically irrelevant in Ekiti State if they don't toe the line of illegality. A Democrat, a progressive governor, member of the progressive governors of Nigeria. Ekiti people are known. The sobriquet Ileye, land of honor, land of dignity. That sobriquet is not for nothing. Ekiti people are known for fairness. They call us Alagidi, the strong-headed one. And I always tell people, no, we are not Alagidi. We're only principled. We won't accept what we won't accept. What do you want, Governor Fayemi? You want to be the Tinubu of Lagos, of Ekiti State. That anybody wants to become anything has to go through you. Anybody. You successfully foisted the governor or the candidate on the party. A very nice guy. Oyebanji is qualified, immensely qualified to be governor. But he has no structure of his own. He couldn't even install a ward, a councillor. And that is why your former aides, commissioners, special advisors, everybody have to be seconded to him. Because he couldn't pick his own team. And you told those who care to listen that you don't want politics, don't want him to be involved in politics. So they want him to be distracted. Who distracted you in the last 4 years when you were governor? Did you abandon politics? Did you abandon the party? Did you hand over the party to somebody else? Otumba Niyi Adebayo was the political leader in the Ekiti State, but he never interfered in your government all through your 8 years. First one between 2010 and 2014, and the second one. And I told somebody, I said, during Fayemi's first time, he was a good guy, cool-headed, good politician. But maybe because he felt he was egged out unfairly in 2014, which was a wrong perception anyway, he lost the election fair and square. He learned the dark arts of politics. Now he knows it more than those he learned it from. I told him that's learned the dark arts of politics. And hence, he has to play it as ruthlessly as possible. Of course, maintaining the composure of somebody who is not involved. Because he wants to create that impression that an intellectual is above anybody, PhD, in war studies, or whatever they call it. Now, we have a governor who couldn't even speak out. Because he knows, of course, I understand him. I don't blame him. He doesn't want to rock the boat less than a month to his inauguration. No, nobody wants to do that. Somebody who gave you the governorship on a platter of gold don't want to stand against him, even when I know that deep inside him, he's not happy with what's happening at the State House Assembly. Let me tell you, sir, Governor Fayemi, this is directly for you. Ekiti is not Lagos. Ekiti is not Lagos. I know your plans. At times, politicians always think we are idiots. that those of us who are not directly involved in politics, we don't understand the game. We do. All you want is total control of politics in the state, at least the APC politics, that nobody gets anything unless through you. Nobody becomes anything, both appointive and elective, except those very legitimate ambition. It's human nature to want to be in control, to be in charge. But the fact of the matter is this: Ekiti is too enlightened for that kind of person. Nobody has ever done in Ekiti, and nobody, it will start with you. No country in this world gets its politics right and gets its politics wrong and expect to get any other thing right. You can't get your politics wrong and you expect to get everything right. We must understand one thing. Political contest will not always go our way, no matter our power, no matter the influence. It's not an ego trip. We should have turned this assembly matter to. Of course, we know that as a seasoned journalist, there are things I can't say on this video, which I know, and which I have evidence of those things. But for obvious reasons, I can't say them for libel's sake, or libel reasons rather. But the fact of the matter is this: we know what is going on. When Fayose wanted to turn that state to something else, people like you stood up then. I know the two of you have become political party now for obvious reasons. Of course, we know what is going on. People like you stood up to Fayose between 2004 and 2005. I remember in 2004, when the country home of former Governor Adeba was invaded in Ekiti, I stood up and one of those who condemned it. When Fayose wanted to become a demigod, and people were asking Ekiti people, we thought your intellectualism and stuff, how come you ended with this? Men of goodwill stood up to Fauci and got him out of office then. Of course, when he came back, it was a different human being. Even when his exuberance was still there, of course, the proclivity for violent resolution of political issues had stopped because, of course, they had become wiser. If they could get Fauci out of it way, nobody's getting you out of the way. You remain a leader in the Ekiti State. A two-term governor is a leader. It's not an ordinary citizen. But you will not be the person to determine our political future. Let people come out, test their popularity, and let the people decide if they want him or her or not. That's democracy. That's what you fought for on the trenches as a member of NADECO. That's what you fought for in those days when your life was always being threatened. When you come to your fatherland and you would disguise. Today, fortune smiled on you, went into politics, became a governor, and you believe that you must run the show. So this video is not about the assembly. Of course, they can run their things. You are likely to get away with this. Very much likely. We're very docile people. I know people get easily compromised. And people know what I'm talking about. But the fact of the matter, we know your ambition, sir. Your ambition is to be another Tinubu in Lagos and turn your house in Ekiti to Ekiti body loan. I do Ekiti body loan. Like we have Lagos body loan. But it won't work. A state that parades in the field of engineering, law, medicine, humanities, no person cannot be determining who becomes what in the state. Even within your party, not to talk of the state generally. This video is being done in my bedroom in Lagos. I know what your full soldier school will start their threats. They will say it was sponsored. Somebody paid for it. Somebody did that. Maybe I will send you I send you the details of my account and the inflows to it in the last 3 years. Or let me say last 4 years. If any politicians had paid to it. But catch that kind. We know people don't have opinion. You always believe they are sponsored. Somebody's behind it. As a concerned Ekiti person, this cannot be allowed to stand. This state is more suave. It's more we are more learned than what you are trying to foster on us. It's legitimate for you to have an ambition to be the de facto political leader in the Ekiti State, the reference point when people are discussing politics and when political decisions to be taken. But equally incumbent upon us to tell you that that will not work. And it won't work. Thank you. And God bless. And God bless my fatherland. And God bless Ekiti State, the land I'm proud to call my own. Thank you.